following is a presentation of GRSTV.
We set the bar high. On top, cause we so fly. Name in the bright lights. Looking like a star shot. We set the bar high. On top, cause we so fly. Name in the bright lights. Looking like a star shot.
Very pleasant good evening, everybody. Welcome to Homer B. Johnson Stadium in Garland. We are underway between South Garland and W.T. White. Glad you're with us for another season of Garland ISD football here on GRSTV. Scott Powell, Bobby Boyd, and Bobby, I'm glad to be together with you as we'll do a game every week, and looking forward to another good season.
Yeah, this is going to be great. It's a great opening day. We've got a injured player down here. It looks like number 71, Ivan Almendarez.
Player for the Colonels, number 71.
The Colonels started out on the 30-yard line, and they quickly ran two times, one up the middle, one to the outside, and Jacob Krim was able to go ahead and muster up a first down, and then they come out, they pull in a tight end, and the quarterback, DeMarcus Duncan, kind of rolls out to the right, and on a broken play, throws it out to him, and here it is right here. He starts to take off running, nobody's open, and all of a sudden his receiver just breaks away from his guy, number 6 right
Lee.
there.
Yeah, it was wide open.
And it takes him all the way down to about the 28-yard line, 29-yard line, and then they run another play, and that's where we are right now. He gets loss of yardage on 1 yard, loss of yardage play there, and
DeMarcus Duncan, the quarterback, hands it off to Krim again. Jacob Krim, as he looks for running room, crosses the 20 to the 19. A nice 5-yard pickup there, and a very manageable third down coming for the Colonels.
Yeah, it's his third carry. He's limping a little bit, which is not good, but he's been picking up 5 yards per carry here.
South Garland in the blue tops with white pants as you look on, and the blue helmets, W.T. White out of Dallas, and all white with orange trim, and they look a lot like the Texas Longhorns. Their fight song is the Texas fight song, and anyway, that's our situation. Glad you're with us for another season of GRS football.
That's a big hole right there. He gets right up the middle.
Jalil Brown, the carrier, right over his left guard. Good blocking by the front 5 there. And another first down for South Garland, their 5th of this drive.
Boy, that's a nice blocking right there by the up front guys. You see 77 and 50. They all just break a hole there. And gives him a lot of running room right up the middle.
What a drive that started back at the South Garland 30. First and goal at the 7. They got off to a rough start last week, but a good start tonight. Handoff and a touchdown run for Brandon Wyatt.
Wow, that was just a beautiful run right outside. It just opened up so nice as big lead blockers come out there and create a lane for him, spreads the defense out, and boom, right up there he goes into the end zone.
70-yard drive to open this game, and yeah, look at the blocking, and he wasn't even hit till he got to the end zone, it appeared.
Well, you know, they were shut out last week. They were, 0 to 41 against Princeton. Princeton really put it on them, and so you didn't know tonight if they were going to be able to, run that offense, get that offense running. And of course, W.T. White wins last week, and they put up 38 points. So you're thinking, well, is South going to be able to do anything against them? But sure enough, what a beautiful opening drive, starting out on their 30-yard line, and they put it all the way into the end zone.
Extra point attempt is good right down the middle by the South Garland kicker, Giovanni Serrano, a returning starter from a year ago. South Garland off to a great start here in week 2. 7-0. They lead W.T. White. Back with more in a moment here on GRS-TV. Powell, no relation. Head linesman Keith Laurent, the line judge Don Guidry, the field judge Jarvis Walker, side judge Charlie Hurd, and the back judge Reginald Andrews. We should mention the weather, Bobby. It's going to be a tough night to play as the temperature, the high was near 100 today, and we'll drop through the 90s as this game goes on.
Yeah, I believe at kickoff it was setting at 99 degrees. So luckily there has been the shade come across the field a little bit.
What a kick from Serrano as he drives it into the middle of the end zone, so a touchback for White.
Well, you know, it's a good sign when your kicker can kick that deep. I mean, he kicked it clean to the back of the end zone, and then on that extra point, he kicked it all the way to the concrete barriers behind the goal. So, I mean, if you're getting a tight game, it looks like this little guy can really put the ball through the uprights.
And no wind to help him, no wind to hurt him, as the flags are still there at half staff in honor of the Midland Odessa folks after that tragedy. And just a perfect night for football if you're in the shade, which most of the field is right now. In fact, all the playing surface in the shade. Here's a shotgun snap to the quarterback, Salinas, who hands off around left end to Elijah Edwards, who slants his way down to the 30-yard line. That's a gain of 5. Edwards had 96 yards rushing a week ago on 25 carries.
Well, that linebacker did a great job getting on the outside. George Carrion making that stop.
Salinas is going to roll right and throw. He's a left-hander. He's got a lot of time. Now it closes down. He just lofts it out of bounds. Great coverage downfield, Bobby. Couldn't find a receiver.
Yeah, very nice job. And then you have number 48, the other linebacker, the left side linebacker, Eduardo Granada, comes across there. He sees the quarterback, waits for him to run. There's nobody open, and then just go ahead and unload on him, make the quarterback throw the ball. Quarterback might need to throw it just a little earlier or take off running, but don't take that pressure from your linebackers now.
4 receivers set here on 3rd and 5. White at their own 30. 2 receivers each way, 1 back. Ramirez straight drop. Now he's running out of pressure. Has some time. Now he's going to keep it, and he gets the first down plus a lot more before he trots out of bounds at the 46-yard line. A 16-yard gain for Ramirez.
He had pressure from the right side. No one was open. They had a full run at him. But he just kind of outruns everybody to the... See, he's getting pressure from that right side. And then he just outruns the defensive end on the left, and he's able to get outside. When you get outside, it's dangerous times.
Ramirez going to ride the full. Now he keeps it and then slings it out to the right side for just a 1-yard gain. Good job by South Garland to recognize a little bit of trickery as he fakes the handoff, then starts to run and flips it at the last second to Brendan Hatton, who was their top receiver a week ago. He had 6 catches for 104 yards. Keeping him contained will be key.
That was a dangerous play right there. He actually had the blocking. Number 6 had the... He was able to get out there, and if he would have been able to just get loose of that blocking just a half a second quicker, he could have picked that thing off and ran it all the way to the end zone because they didn't even look where he was throwing it. He just tossed it out there.
2nd and 9, White at their own 42. 2 receivers left. That's the wide side. You're going to give on a simple handoff, trying to break it out, but great job of pursuit as South Garland kept that one hemmed in, and there were 3 Colonels involved in that tackle. Leading the way, though, was Jaquante Barnes, number 57. As we'll see on the replay, look at this job.
Yeah, there you go. 48 cleaning it up. That's the other outside linebacker. We've already called him out a couple of times, Coronado.
Loss of 2. It's 3rd and 11 at the 45 of White. Going to play action fake. Ramirez drops off the screen complete. Pretty good yardage across midfield. He's going to be close to the first down. That's Elijah Edwards. And where they mark it, it's going to be right at the point needed. They may have to bring... No, they're going to go ahead and say first down at the 44. I thought they might measure it, Bobby.
Well, the Colonels, they've been able to really do some good things on defense, but then they give these outside plays up. You see this outside play, there's just nobody out there to contain them. You've got to have a linebacker to come out there and watch your backs coming out of the backfield.
Well, South Garland doing a good job on 1st and 2nd down, forcing 2 third-down conversions. They needed 5 and 11 and got both of them. Ramirez, just a straight drop. He's going to go deep down this near sideline. One-on-one coverage. Hines had it go through his hands, but excellent coverage. Breaking it up downfield was the cornerback, Braylon Witherspoon, with the play.
Yeah, that was a great pass, a great route. There's just a big body receiver out there, number 18. But you're right, it was just good coverage, and There was no separation.
2nd and 10 White at the South Garland 44, driving with their first possession. South Garland went 73 yards with their first possession and took a 7-0 lead. Two-back set this time. Ramirez is going to hand it to Edwards, who cuts it up over tackle across the 40. Going to be short of the first down, but a nice pickup of 6, leading to a 3rd and 4.
Yeah, Roy Garza playing safety right there. He reads that all the way, and if he doesn't come up and make that good one-on-one tackle, he had a lot of running room to go, and Garza just does a great job. You see him coming in from that safety position right there. Comes in and boom, he's the only one left.
Probably 4-down territory, but a 3rd and 4 coming. White already 2 for 2 on 3rd down in this drive.
Yeah, they're going to get to the outside. That's their bread and butter.
2 receivers left. He's going to run a draw handoff, and in trouble from the get-go.
Woo-hoo.
And drop for a loss is Edwards. And who's that man down low who made the initial stop?
Boy, that's a nice job. He just gets it right. Jonte Hamilton, number 33. He's a senior, playing over the center there, and he just reads it and breaks off his man.
Loss of 4, so what will they do here? I'm thinking they're going to go for it at the South Garland 42, but now they need 8 instead of 4 after that 4-yard loss. That's a huge play.
You got to just maintain the outside edges, because every time they've been burnt, South Garland has been from the outside, either the left or the right.
They need the Colonel 34 on 4th and 8. 2 receivers each way. Ramirez looking right. Fires to the sideline. It's caught, but it looks like where he caught it.
Got it.
By coming back to the ball, Bobby, it looks like they're short. That was Patience Carey, one of my favorite names of all time, Patience Carey.
Yeah, as a receiver, those are early in the season mistakes, because he had plenty of time to catch it actually and run with it, but when he caught it, he just goes ahead and goes down, and he wasn't far enough in front of the sticks. Behind the sticks to get the first. So, it's just a mistake there.
So South will take over at their 34. They give up some yardage, but get the key 4th down stop, and they have the football, leading 7-0 here with 4:51 left in the first quarter.
That Jason Salinas has got a pretty good arm. You saw him throw that deep ball to the left side that got broke up, and then that was a nice 7-8 yard pass to the outside.
Look out for Salinas. He had a great game a week ago, throwing for 260 yards and 2 touchdowns. Completed 73% of his passes last week. Handoff and in jail, and a big loss here on a simple handoff in the backfield, as the carrier was Wyatt, who had the touchdown on the first possession.
Yeah, just a simple break up in the line of scrimmage there. He just about got there before he got the ball.
South Garland really struggling, but they do have the new head coach here, Damaso Martinez, in his first year, hoping to turn this program around that's really struggled. They're 6-54 since 2012. That's a lot of struggling. Here's another handoff and a little bit of a gain back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and 10 after the gain there by Jalil Brown, again, who had really the one positive from last week was Brown's rushing, he had 82 yards on 9 carries.
Yeah. And you can see right there, he's real nifty. He's been able to get in there. Even when somebody's got him broke down, he's able to kind of shift around and pick up a couple of extra yards. Right there, he was hit at the line of scrimmage and was able to get 3 extra yards.
It's going to be a tough conversion here on 3rd and 10 at their own 35. Colonels with a 4-receiver set, 2 each way. Duncan, the quarterback, in shotgun. Play action fake. Here comes the blitz. Now he gets out of it.
He's got him
now
again.
He's got time, and he's going to run for it. He's got the first down and still going as he weaves his way down the sideline. And let's see where they finally mark him out. What a great play by DeMarcus Duncan, who was in trouble from the beginning and just made something out of it.
Yeah, all his receivers started going deep, and then all the defenders took off to run. I thought he kind of stepped out of bounds a little early, but maybe he didn't. I thought he stepped out of bounds right in here. Oh, I think he did. That line judge was sitting right there and was seeing it.
I thought he did too. That's a break for South Garland, a fresh set of downs at the 34 of W.T. White. 3 receivers set. He's going to hand it to Wyatt, who's hit around the line. He does squeeze forward for 3 yards to the 31 before they drive him back.
Wyatt had some running room right there, and if that W.T. White wasn't able to just reach out, one hand just grabbed him and just kind of turned him around. That's why you got to kind of go low when you get through that line of scrimmage. You got to get low so nobody pad level. They call it pad level so that you can't get arm tackled.
White, another positive in that 41-0 loss to Princeton. He had 41 yards, an average of 3 yards a carry. But that was about it, as they just got off to a horrible start. But looking good tonight is South Garland with 7-0 lead. 2nd and 7. Duncan again's going to roll out to the right, and this time he can't go anywhere with it. He's going to be stopped at the 30-yard line. Did get a yard, and that'll force a 3rd and 5. Probably 4-down territory, though.
Yeah, from the 30-yard line, they probably would need to get to about the 15 to 20 spot before they could kick a field goal. So, yeah.
Yeah, as we've seen, though, the Serrano's got a heck of a leg. Yeah. Right now it would be a 47-yard field goal attempt. I'd say it's possible after watching that last kickoff a moment ago. Anyway, they'd love to keep this drive going and, again, have about a 3rd and 5.5. And, the play clocks are not working tonight, are they? They are out. The scoreboard's working. We're under 2 minutes left first quarter. 3 receivers set. Play action. Duncan rolling. Going to drop off a screen. It's complete. Now he's going to fight for the first down. What a great open field stop. He was a yard from the first down when he was driven out of bounds. And give all the credit in the world to Miguel Gutierrez for stopping him short of the first down. On the reception was the tight end, David Gilmore.
It was a beautiful play design. I mean, it even tricked me. I thought, there's going to be nobody. He's rolling out to the left, and he's a right-handed quarterback, so it's already going to put you in a bad situation. But they brought their tight end from the right side of the field all the way across to the left side of the field in front of the line of scrimmage, and it was wide open. It was a great play design, and then they had a receiver come out and actually have a blindside block. But, boy, the defense just stopped him right short.
4th and 1.5 needed. Handoff. Brown, he's got the first down. And more.
Oh, my goodness, look at that shiftiness.
Jalil Brown, touchdown, South Garland. The Colonels with a 2-score lead.
Beautiful running right here. I mean, they've got him bottled up, and then all of a sudden he shifts through there. Everybody kind of hits each other and knocks each other off the ball carrier.
8 plays, 63 yards on the scoring drive. South Garland looks invincible offensively, scoring on touchdown drives of 670 and then just now 63 yards.
Yeah.
Wow, there's no stopping the Colonels so far tonight.
And that came on a 4th down and 1.
Yes. Even more impressive. The old saying that once you get past that first wave on a 4th and short, a lot of times you can go the distance. He almost got tripped up and just barely kept his balance on the run. Here's the Serrano PAT, and it's GOOD. There's a timeout on the field. 51 seconds left here in the opening quarter. South Garland off to a fast start. They lead 14-0 over WT White here on GRSTV.
I love to read because it creates images in your mind and it makes you think that you're right there while you're reading.
I love to read because it shows me that anything is possible.
It's important to read well because it's a great way to expand your vocabulary.
There's just so much to gain from reading, and that's why I love it so much.
Reading makes me smart. Be a lifelong reader like me.
Reading is great.
You should read too.
Literacy is for life.
See you September 21st.
Come to Literacy for Life.
Make plans to attend the Literacy for Life event on Saturday, September 21st from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Curtis Caldwell Center.
So you see Damaso Martinez, the brand new head coach at South Garland, talking to his kids there on the sideline. Good to have Coach Martinez in the GISD. Tough opener, as we've mentioned, a 41-0 loss to Princeton, but they're off to a 14-0 lead tonight.
Right, and what's been real impressive is there's not been one penalty for South Garland, and they had 10 at Princeton. They had 10 penalties for 95 yards against Princeton.
They also had 3 turnovers. They don't have any of those yet tonight. I hope we didn't just jinx it, Bobby.
Don't believe in that.
Here's the Serrano kickoff. I'd move those return men way back. Here it comes. It is look like it's shot out of a cannon. Hits a yard deep, and another touchback for White. They'll start at the 25.
And he's got a pretty good leg. I mean, that extra point, again, was way up there, showing that you could probably kick at least a 30-yarder.
Yeah, you think South Garland has struggled. White has struggled the last couple of years, as they only had one win last year. By the way, these two teams have played 3 years in a row. This is the 4th year in a row. South Garland's won the last 2 meetings. They've all been very high-scoring games, and I expect the same here tonight. 1st and 10 at the 25 for White, a 4-receiver set. 3 to the right, ball almost center of the field. Jason Salinas is in trouble. He'll be dropped for a big loss. The blitz there, and a nice open field tackle by Jonte Hamilton. Originally, Ramirez just couldn't find a receiver and then got hit. You see here.
I mean, they just didn't even block him.
No.
That big old lineman, number 56 there, he just stood up and watched his guy go right past him.
Loss of 9. That's a huge sack on the first play of a series. 2nd and 19 at the 16. Ramirez all alone in the backfield. Wanted to run the tunnel screen, but it wasn't a good pass. Wide of Brendan Hatton and incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 19. Again, Hatton with 6 catches, 104 yards last week, and he's got 1 for 1, I think, so far tonight. Another chance for South Garland to force a punt here. They need all the way to the 35 from the 16 here on 3rd down. 4 receivers set for Salinas, and he's going to throw.
He's got time.
All day. He'll drop it off short, caught by Hines, but he's hit out of bounds, and that'll save the 1st down. Nice open field stop there by Jacob Krim going, or was that 18? I'm sorry.
No, it's 13. Jacob Krim.
Was it Krim? Yeah. Nice play.
You see, he's going both ways, and he's still hobbling, walking around out there, coming to the sideline. This is what 3rd and long, a sack like that gets you.
Yeah.
You can still complete a good 10, 12-yard pass and still leave you short and make them punt.
The punter for W.T. White waiting back at the 10-yard line, and that is Brian Espinoza. Got 3 safety men in front of him, so they're making sure this doesn't get blocked. It's high, end over end, and short. It'll hit at the 42 of South Garland and almost get downed immediately, but it's down at the 43, and that will go as just a 32-yard punt.
Very nice hang time. Didn't give them South Garland any chance of catching that ball on the run and taking off running. So
everybody choose GISD.
If you can do that, you've had a successful punt. Put it on the other side of the 50-yard line. No chance of returning.
That's going to do it for the first quarter. South Garland 14, White nothing here on GRSTV.
Everybody choose GISD, a diverse community, providing exceptional education to every kid we see. That's the mission. Reaching the future by driving excellence. Yeah, that's the vision. We have values. We believe every student can learn, and every student deserves our best. You ready for your turn? Come join us and be a part. You could be Garland ISD proud too.
Anything you want to be, you can go any place you want to see. It all starts right here with GISD. We are the future, the change you want to see. It all starts right now, the GISD.
Scott Powell, Bobby George back with you tonight here in Garland. South Garland leading White 14-0. The Colonels have the ball back after back-to-back touchdown drives. DeMarcus Duncan flings a screen off left side. It's caught by Brown, who's got a lot of running room and a 1st down, all the way to the 44 of White. Really
Cam
nice.
Edwards makes a tackle right there. Oh, man, it looks like he just slams Jalil Brown down on the ground. And the ball pops out, but he's down at contact with the ground there.
Looked like a rodeo move. I'd give him about a 10 on that rodeo move there. Looked like a hog tied him.
Great play, though.
3 receivers to the wide side, the right side here on 1st and 10 at the 44. Play action. Duncan fakes the pass. Now he wants to run with it. Gets a block from Brown over here on the left side, and that'll free him to the 38 for a gain of 6. Good job. It looked like he improvised the whole way, Bobby.
I believe that was. I don't think that was a play call that they came in from the sideline. It looked like it was going to be one of those little bubble screens to the right side, and it got covered up, and then he just took off running.
Let me mention something you mentioned earlier. I still don't think we've had a penalty in this game. It is amazing to go this long in a game with no penalty and this early in the year, also on a hot night. I keep trying to jinx it. 2nd down and 4 at the 38.
I think they've had a lot of chances to call them. They just aren't calling them.
Yeah, I love that. Here's a handoff, sweep right. That's Jacob Krim, but he gets run out of bounds before he even hits the sideline. Unable to turn it up on that far sideline. Great pursuit from White. And that's a no gain on the play.
He's still limping a little bit. You can tell he's hobbled by that ankle. He's playing both ways. You know, he's playing offense, running the ball, and then he's also playing a safety position on defense.
You would think coming into this game, everything pointed toward White being the favorite. White opens with a win. South Garland loses 41-0. White returned, 30 lettermen, including 10 starters. South Garland only returned 8 starters, and yet South Garland is just outplaying WT White to this point. 3rd and 4 now, probably 4-down territory. Duncan's got lots of time. Deep far sideline. 1-on-2 is the receiver, and the defense wins out. The pass was also a little bit short, intended for Ty Key, the wideout on that side.
I like the chance, though. I mean, go ahead and toss one up every once in a while, and Duncan shows that he's got a pretty good arm. That was a nice, tight spiral. Went the distance. Just come back to that ball. And a lot of times right there, he should have been called for a pass interference. He should be getting that ball.
Yeah, there seemed to be some contact down there.
You should be able to come back to the ball, and the defense can't, push you away from it like that. So they weren't looking back, nothing. So it's a good chance you can get the ball there.
Colonels are a-going on 4th and 4 at the 38 of White. 2 receivers, the wide side left. A wing to the right. Play action fake. Duncan's in trouble, but he drops off the screen. It is caught by Gilmore, and he's got a 1st down to the 28. They had the right play called at the right time, it appeared, as they ran a screen with a blitz coming, it looked like.
Yeah, it's almost like a bootleg that he runs here. So he's going to take off, and then the tight end comes from right to left. Again, we saw this play earlier. Now, you can only get away with that a couple of times. They've ran it twice, and you keep doing that, and it's going to leave your receiver to get really hit hard, or a pickoff or an interception. Now, they've run it twice, and those are kind of trick plays. I wouldn't be running that anymore.
This White defense is going to get tired. They've been on the field most of this first half because of the South Garland offense. Duncan rolling right, just unloads it under pressure, almost picked off as jumping the route over there was Dom Dozal, but he could not hold on, and that's a break for South Garland. Really good coverage there from the Longhorns.
Now, Duncan doesn't have anybody, and there's pressure in his face. Sometimes you just got to try to outrun everybody.
2nd and 10, South Garland.
He's got the speed. Might as well just take off and run on that one. You don't want to – you've got the lead. There's no reason to throw it out there in double coverage.
South Garland's held the ball for 11 minutes, and we've played just 20 minutes so far in this one. 2nd and 10 at the White 28. Duncan's going to hand it this time to Brown. He doesn't get much over left tackle. He got we'll call it 2 to the 26. And another 3rd and long coming for the Colonels. As you see some of the fans on hand tonight, it's a warm evening to be out here, but at least now the sun appears to be behind the press box, and that's going to help matters a lot. The stands appear to be in shade now.
Yeah, it's cooling down just a little bit.
Yeah, all the way to probably 97. Could be 4-down territory, but 3rd and long, 3rd and 8 for the Colonels. A 3-back set, including Duncan, the quarterback. He's going to throw it, though. Deep down the middle, or down the hash. Open, caught, touchdown, South Garland.
Beautiful pass.
Devontae Pruitt. He had a step on double coverage. Perfect pass from DeMarcus Duncan is what got the job done here.
It looks like White knew that they were going to do that. But he puts that pass way out there. Doesn't make him turn and slow down or anything. He can just turn the jets on. outruns everybody to the end zone, and there's the ball.
It took a perfect pass with that double coverage, and it was from Duncan. You know, he struggled last week, but looking good tonight. He was just 5 out of 12 for 29 yards last week. They're going to run the swinging gate, look for 2. Wyatt has got 2 over right guard. Nothing stopping the South Garland Colonels here in this first half. 3 possessions and 3 touchdowns, as here they go 57 yards and lead it now 22-0 over White. Back with more in a moment here on GRSTV. Seven-yard scoring drive in 7 plays as Pruitt with the touchdown catch from Duncan from 28 yards out. They got the 2-point conversion. Wow, the time of possession as South Garland's had it for almost 16 minutes so far. 3 scoring drives. The drives have covered 70, 63, and 57 yards. I mean, this looks like a whole different South Garland team tonight.
Yeah, they look good, you know, and the refs are letting them play a little bit.
No penalties.
It's been fun to watch them tonight. Everything's working for them. Now they've got to keep that pressure going. You don't want to get relaxed because we already seen W.T. White can put 38 points on the board.
I mean, South Garland a week ago had 174 yards, 10 penalties, and 3 turnovers, and just completely reverse it tonight against White. It was supposed to be an improving football team. Another deep kick from Serrano and the 3rd straight touchback. It is all going the Colonels' way here in the first half.
It'll be first down and 10 for the Longhorns.
Yeah, we were talking about there's the kicker, and
he's a different kicker. That's a different kicker.
That's right. But
yeah,
we've been seeing how good they've been kicking, and then they run the swinging gate when they're up 20-0, and you kind of wonder why they do that, because you might want to keep those trick plays for a real close game that you might really need that extra point, and but now they've showed it. And people have seen it on video when they prepare for them, and they'll be ready for that swinging gate play.
That kicker number 30 was Brian Guerrero. Jason Salinas back in at quarterback. Simple handoff with a big gainer up the middle, just short of the first down as they open the hole over right guard there for Elijah Edwards, the top back.
Yeah,
for
Aaron
White.
Brito right there making the big stop.
But way downfield after an 8-yard gain, 2nd and short. Boy, you can do anything on 2nd and 2. Let's see what they do here. 3 receiver set, ball center of the field. You can go either direction. Ramirez is looking to throw, and he is going deep. Line drive pass. Oh, it's caught. The defender falls, and this is going to be a White touchdown. That is Hatton. That is Brendan Hatton. Again, the defender just falls and made it a pretty easy play.
I thought he had the beat on the ball, and he was going to pick it off. He was right there. The ball was in the air. He was coming from safety. The corner lets him go. This is the safety comes across, and you see him. Oh, he has it, and he just gets turned around and falls.
Well, White is on the board. They're going to try for 1 point here, trailing 22-6. They run a player out there at the very last second. We don't know what the play clock is because they're not working, but so far so good. And the PAT try coming out of the Rathbun hold. And this is a different kicker for White from what we saw earlier. That was Joseph Crenshaw who made the point after. We got a timeout, 7:42 left first half. Our new score, South Garland 22, W.T. White 7 here on GRSTV.
I love to read because it creates images in your mind, and it makes you think that you're right there while you're reading.
I love to read because it shows me that anything is possible.
It's important to read well because it's a great way to expand your vocabulary.
There's just so much to gain from reading, and that's why I love it so much.
Reading makes me smart. Be a lifelong reader like me.
Reading is great.
You should read too.
Literacy is for life.
See you September 21st.
Come to Literacy for Life.
Make plans to attend the Literacy for Life event on Saturday, September 21st from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Curtis Caldwell Center.
We're back at Homer B. Johnson Stadium. You look at the W.T. White sideline. A little more life over there after their first touchdown. Bobby, some numbers?
Until that touchdown, W.T. White had 49 total yards until that touchdown right there, and
which was 75 yards.
Which was 75 yards. But they've been held to 49 total yards, 29 passing, and 5 yards rushing. So their offense has been struggling against this South Garland defense for sure.
Short kickoff is caught at the 15 and heading back to the far side, but not much of a return. A lot of running for not a lot of yardage by Devontae Pruitt, who is tackled right at the 25. That's as good as a touchback for the Colonels.
Yeah, when you're running that ball like that, you always think you can outrun everybody to the edge, but you usually can't do that. And that saves proof right there. It's really difficult to do that. And, usually just take it, plant that foot, and go straight up the middle with it.
Leo Rodriguez ran him down as we wait for South Garland to come out from the sideline with the play.
You were talking that last week South Garland only had about 190 yards, 180 yards total?
174.
174. They've already had 192 yards.
Just shows what can happen when you don't commit penalties.
Yeah, here it's halfway through the second quarter. They've already got 192 yards. 88 in the air and 104 on the ground.
DeMarcus Duncan back in at quarterback, play action fake. He's in trouble. Rolling to his right. He'll just drop it off out of bounds. Smart play there by the quarterback Duncan. Trying to make something happen to the short side of the field and nothing available.
Second down, 10 yards to go for the Colonels.
22-7, South Garland leading, and they got the ball back. They've scored on their first 3 possessions on long drives. This is number 4 of the night. Let's see what they can do here.
When we were watching that replay right there, it didn't look like they had any receivers running routes. They were all blocking.
Not everybody on the same page, it appears. Brown takes the handoff, sweeping left, evades the first tackle, breaks another tackle, still going. He is a hard man to bring down, and they finally do.
Oh, my goodness.
Now they finally run him out. It looked like he was down, and then he just kept the legs going. Now we've got a late hit, it looks like, on White, well after the play ended. Let's see if we can see it on the replay.
This is a kind of a proof that, nowadays they don't let you tackle much in practice.
Yeah.
So, you get into these games, it's the first time you've had to tackle anybody, and you can see they're just not tackling. And you see 15 getting hit, falling over everybody. Well, that was because somebody hit him right there, and that's what the penalty's coming from.
Yeah, so they're going to mark off 15 against White. So you've got the good run from Brown plus an extra 15, and all of a sudden the South in White territory at the 45-yard line. 15-yard gain and a 15-yard walk-off.
And it was against number 15, Gilmore.
15s are wild. So a fresh set at the White 45, ball on the left hash. Again, this White defense, they had to like that little scoring drive from their offense. They got a little bit of a rest after those 3 long South Garland drives, but they are still putting in the time. There's a lot of hands on hips on that defense right now. Duncan will be in shotgun with 2 receivers each way.
The Colonels really controlled the clock.
Little delayed handoff, and that's just a slow developing play that never had a chance. Jacoby Darden was part of the reason, number 44, he made the tackle in the backfield. And that'll be a loss of 3 to the 48.
3-yard loss back to 48.
It looked like the Colonels just all stood up and let everybody run past them.
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, they're taking a lot of time getting the play in from the sideline as the offense looks over to the bench. Now they're ready to go. Again, we have no play clock, but the back judge will keep it and let them know when they take too long. We still have not seen – I'm not sure the officials brought their yellow flags tonight. We haven't seen one yet. Duncan drops the snap. Now he'll just improvise and does a good job. Breaks a tackle, but he can't get away. Oh, he drops the football also. And it looks like White might have recovered it. Here comes a late flag from the secondary also. It is a Longhorn recovery. Now let's see what the flag's about. You know, it may not have been a late call. It may have just taken a while for it to get there because it came all the way from the side judge downfield.
Yeah, I never saw any like a deliberate hit or anything like that. It looked like they were just all going for the ball.
And here's the referee, Roy Bernard. Unfortunately, we're having trouble with that mic.
Number 15. Down.
Block in the back, right, Bobby? Is that what he said?
I think so, yeah.
Or tried to say. So the turnover will count, and White will have it at their own 46. That's our first turnover of the game. It's going to give White pretty good field position here.
Well, usually when you drop the ball like that, it kind of gets everybody going towards the ball, and then it opens it up for you. But, boy, you got to tuck that ball. He was trying to switch the ball into his other hand, and that's when they come across his forearm and knock the ball out.
5:44 left, second quarter. WT White trailing 22-7. They got the football. Full house backfield, 3 receivers set, 2 to the left. Ramirez, straight drop, going to go deep down the far side. Open receiver, Hines catches it, and he'll be dropped inside the 20. A touchdown-saving tackle there by Witherspoon, but Witherspoon was beaten on the play. He almost underthrew it enough to where Witherspoon caught up.
Yeah, it's the same play as they did on the very last possession. They go and just run a streak and see if your guy can beat South Garland's, and he's done it twice now.
34-yard gain, 1st and 10. Edwards in trouble in the backfield, and great penetration there by 3 members of the Colonel. Oh, he's still going. My goodness, the tackling is bad, Bobby. You mentioned it earlier.
Yeah, they don't practice tackling in high school football much anymore because, you know, they had so many things with concussions and people getting too hot. Plus, you're not allowed to wear pads but a couple of times a week. And they just don't do a lot of it. They do a lot of executing plays and that sort of thing and running to the ball, but not taking anybody to the ground. And that just takes a while during these games to get warmed up to taking people all the way to the ground.
4-yard loss, 2nd and 14. Ramirez on the play-action roll, in trouble, but still going. Now he's going to try and keep it and get all he can, and he steps out about the 21, make it the 22 of South Garland. And that's a 1-yard gain. Again, a long run for 1 yard and a 3rd and long coming.
Yeah, I don't understand the play call because there was not a receiver in sight, and he's rolling to the left, and it looks like his receiver's running all the way like a post pattern or something like that. There's nobody there. Just doesn't give your quarterback much chance to make anything happen.
3rd and 13. Big play here with the South Garland defense, although they lead it 22-7. 2 backs in the backfield this time, 2 receivers. Going to play action and throw it again. Ramirez over the middle, almost picked off. He threw it into a lot of danger. There's a lot of blue jerseys right down the middle of the field, and almost picking it off was Michael Gonzalez.
Yeah, I thought he was going to get picked off for sure. The ball was coming late, but I think it must have gotten tipped right here by 26, Gonzalez. Yeah, it does.
He almost, that went right through his hands. Although that, you know, he's a linebacker, I believe, so it's not an easy catch. 4th down, White appears like they're going to go for a field goal here. It's going to be a 39-yarder from the left hash. Not a good angle for a right-footed kicker. And somebody, it looks like White's taking a timeout. They probably don't have the personnel they wanted on the field. The kicker's going to be Joseph Crenshaw. When we come back, take a break here on GRSTV. Oh, can we keep it here? Let's keep it right here. Well, now they are going to come to the sideline.
Yeah, the coaches, I think, got confused. They thought they called the kicking play because that's what that coach keeps kicking. He's gesturing like they wanted to kick it.
Yeah, he did a full kick over there. The coach did. I hope he didn't throw out his hamstring there.
That's right. And then they called one of the kids over and said that he wasn't in the right position to do it or something. And then the kid kind of argued his position, and he was like, oh, okay, well, all right. You know, let's just go ahead and call the timeout and do it again.
I believe that was Tony Johnson, their 2nd-year head coach, who's trying to turn around this White program that did the kicking motion. There's some folks in the stands, including a senior for South Garland. Here come the Colonels defensively on the field goal try. Again, this is Joseph Crenshaw, and it will be a 39-yard attempt if he tries it. Tough angle for the right footer. Good snap. Oh, they run the fake, the end around, and a pass Incomplete. South Garland had it covered well. You know what? A timeout was taken. Something tells me they talked about it on the sideline, kind of thought something might be coming there, Bobby.
I tell you, that was a really good pass. It looked like the receiver that was involved in it gave up on the play because the pass was right on the money. Look, he just kind of stops. It was good coverage. I believe South Garland, that timeout gave them too much time, and they went in there and adjusted and said, hey, they're probably going to go for this thing, fake it and throw a pass, so you got to be aware of it because the defense wasn't fooled at all.
Well, after a high-scoring first quarter, we've had back-to-back stops defensively. Here come the Colonels for a 1st and 10 at their 22, leading 22-7, 4.5 minutes left here in the first half. And South Garland's got all 3 of their timeouts left. Handoff right up the middle, pretty good hole initially, and dropping the football. And it looks like White's got it, and they do at the 26 of South Garland. So a critical turnover there for the Colonels.
2 plays, 2 turnovers. That's how you let teams get back in the game.
And still, well, we've seen a couple of penalty marks. We've had 1 penalty marked off so far, right? A really fast-moving game. It just shows what can happen when there aren't penalties. A pretty well-played game except for the last 2 turnovers.
Yeah, that's how you let the other teams get back in. 2 plays, two penalties. This one inside the 26-yard line.
Ramirez with a quick out pass. Looked like they might try another pass after it was dropped by the intended receiver, Patience Carey.
I think that was that little bubble route he's going to run. He's got 2 blockers in front of him. You just got to watch that ball all the way into your hands.
You got to have patience, which Patience did not have there.
Yeah, the Colonels come through there and put a stop to that one. You got to make this stop. You got to make it happen.
Yes, folks, it is Patience Carey, one of the great names I've ever heard at the high school level. 2nd and 10, 2 receivers each way. Fake the handoff, a keeper for Ramirez. He bobbled the ball, which slowed him down a little bit, but he got a nice gain, and he may have a first down. It looks like he does have a first down. Now they're going to mark it at 16. That is an 11-yard gain.
Yeah, he bobbles the ball, and then all of a sudden he takes off running. And we have a stopper there, the linebacker, Michael Gonzalez. He just kind of misses him. They're able to pick up that first.
Yep, fresh set of downs, clock running, 3:45 and counting here in the first half. 4 receivers, 1 back. That's Edwards to the left of Ramirez. Man in motion. Got to pitch it on the inside pitch. Hatton with good yardage, a first down all the way to the 5-yard line. A well-designed play there, Bobby.
Yeah,
and another first down.
He kind of fakes the pass and tosses it with his other hand. Just very nice job. See Gonzalez chasing him all the way across the field. He never gives up on the play and makes it.
1st and goal at the 5. WT White driving and trailing 22-7, trying to get back in this one before the half. Ramirez got to hand it. Edwards, who's hit immediately, does fall forward for a couple, but nice play. 2nd one tonight that we've noticed from Jaquante Barnes, one of the defensive linemen up the middle.
Yeah, big senior. I mean, he puts a nice stop on him right there.
3-yard gain, 2nd and goal from the 2. Again, rides Edwards into the hole, but hit immediately for no gain. Barnes helped to finish him off, but the lead tackler there inside was Trey Grissom, number 3.
Defensive charge led by Trey Grisham.
So 3rd and goal from the 3. This could be a 4-point play. If you stop them, get a field goal, then you save 4 points by holding them to a field goal here. Big play in this game.
This is where they try to run outside.
Yeah, they have spread the field with receivers. They're going to run it with Edwards. Cuts it up over left tackle, and he's got the 7 points for White. Very well-designed play. Spread the field, spread the defense, and run Edwards over tackle.
Yeah, we can see it from up here. That's what they were going to do. They were going to try to run it to the left side. You have that side of the field. They've made it happen a couple of times, and this time no different. They actually stop it from getting outside on him, but they had no pursuit in the middle. He was able to walk into the end zone.
5 plays, 27 yards after the fumble recovery. And the point after looks good. And it is by Joseph Crenshaw. We got a timeout on the field. 2:14 left in our first half, and our new score now, it's a one-possession game. South Garland 22, White 14 here on GRSTV.
Everybody choose GISD, a diverse community, providing exceptional education to every kid we see. That's the mission. Reaching the future by driving excellence. Yeah, that's the vision. We have values. We believe every student can learn, and every student deserves our best. You ready for your turn? Come join us and be a part you could be. Garland ISD proud too.
You can be anything you want to be. You can go any place you want to see. It all starts right here with GISD. We are the future. Be the change you want to see. It all starts right now with GISD.
Back-to-back turnovers on consecutive possessions for South Garland has led to White getting back in this game, as it's now 22-14 Colonels. They led it 22-0 early. White will kick off here with 2:14 left in the first half.
Yeah, White's had the ball for the last 5 to 6 minutes because of the turnovers.
Crenshaw with a kick. It's fairly short, going to be picked up about the 12. So they set up the return, and it's a pretty good return out across the 35-yard line. Good blocking there, springing the return man, Datavian Lee, for a nice return of, 14 yards. So they've got time here, the Colonels, all three of their timeouts, and 2:06 left.
The Colonels need to put something together now. They need to be careful with the ball. But they've got to get some first downs and keep that defense on the field and their defense some rest, because it's been almost 6 minutes, I think, that the Colonels been on defense.
Yeah, they're all sitting down here. Most of them are sitting down here on the bench trying to get whatever breath they can and whatever water they can get a hold of. 2 receivers each way. Duncan's going to fake the long handoff and keep it for good yardage across the 40 to the 44.
That's a pretty good job right there. He keeps it in the belly, in the pocket, hiding that ball. Make that defender make a choice, and he makes it. He pulls it and takes off running.
And you saw the defender go with the back who did not get the ball. That's what you call good ball handling from DeMarcus Duncan. We've got a timeout. We'll take one too. No, it's an official timeout, so we may probably need to keep it here. So the referee pointed to himself. That's Roy
looks like
Bernard.
An injury right there.
Oh,
yeah.
We do have an injury. Okay. That player for WT White 16, Marcus Wise, who trotting it off, so it looks like he's going to be okay. We're going to get right back to play here. Good thing we didn't take a break there. And it's going to be 2nd and 2 for South Garland. 1:40 clock stopped. White's got 2 of their 3 timeouts remaining. It's going to be a 4-receiver set here for the Colonels. Brown's the lone back to the right of Duncan.
Yeah, they're spreading it out here.
Happy fan there from South Garland. Ooh, looked like a receiver left early. No call. Duncan's going to go deep. One-on-one coverage. Jump incomplete. Leaping up for it and trying to make the play. Pretty athletic play there by Ty Key, but he could not hang on.
Well, I thought that ball was right on the money. He's got a great deep ball. And it's just right there. I think he jumps a little early.
That's
or
a good
something.
point.
I'm not sure what happened, but it looked like it went right through their hands. So
it was a perfect pass. You're right. He throws a nice long ball. And, yeah, I think he jumped just slightly early and was headed down, and that's why the ball just barely missed his fingertips. Yeah. 3rd and 2. Probably could be 4-down territory. Their own 44. Play action. Now Duncan's hit, and ball comes up way short of the intended receiver on the screen. That was Lee. So what do you do here on 4th and 2? In your own territory, I would punt it away.
Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and punt this ball away and protect your lead. I mean, outside of that one long touchdown, they've been able to hold WT White to really no yards until that last 2 possessions when they gave the ball away inside their own 30. So I think I'd punt that thing away and make them work for it.
They haven't decided yet.
You got 1:15. You got to hope that your defense can go out there and hold them down.
Well, the coach, Martinez, took a timeout to talk about it. But, yeah, I'm with you. They got to punt this away.
Garland. First start, for the half.
Let's take a break. 1:15 left in the half. 22-14 South Garland on GRSTV.
They're going to have to call on it.
Okay, as we come back, South Garland looks like they're going to punt it away. Hopefully they have all the people on the field, as they had 2 people who were late getting out there. That play clock's probably running low, but Serrano is in punt formation. Decent snap, plenty of time, and he gets off a nice one. It's a wobbly punt that hits at the 18 and takes a south roll inside the 5, inside the 1. What a punt from Giovanni Serrano.
Yeah.
And Lee downed it. Go ahead.
Yeah, it just looks like they didn't have – W.T. White didn't have any return men back there. They just all set up front and let them punt it. And, boy, what a nice roll. That's what you want to do. You got 1 minute and 2 seconds left on the clock to go into halftime in the lead. You get out there, put them on the half-yard line, and make your defense really work and go into this thing with at halftime. They may even take a knee. Well, they can't even take a knee.
No,
they got to just get under center and just get out of the end zone, right?
But South Garland, they might think about taking timeouts because they have 2 left. They might be able to get the ball back. There wouldn't be much time if they did.
It's interesting where they even spotted the ball. The ball should be on the 1-inch line, and he gave them onto the 1-yard line.
That's helpful, folks. Believe it or not, that half-inch makes quite a difference.
I don't know why he did that. I saw it when they downed it. It was on the half-inch line.
And he's in shotgun. You know, this is a situation where you've got to get under center. You don't want to run shotgun in your end zone.
South Garland has a chance to make some points here.
And he's looking to throw. And he's in trouble, and he just drops it off. And we've got a flag from the side judge way over here, right in front of the head coach, South Garland.
Oh, did he run into this? That should be a warning.
There's no foul on the play for intentional grounding. The quarterback was outside the pocket, and the ball the line of scrimmage.
Yeah,
Second down.
You only had to get it to the 2 to go beyond the line of scrimmage, but we have a flag way downfield.
Sideline warning.
There you go.
Garland.
Good
their
call.
First warning of the game.
Bobby, you're in mid-season form. That was a good call there.
Yeah, I just, man, they had a real big chance right there to get some points.
56 seconds left. Clock stop. Second and 10. Again, I would try to go under center in a situation like this.
They're blitzing from the outside. They're getting him. They're going to get him.
Get him. He drops it off again. Same situation. He got it beyond the line of scrimmage, and he was out of the pocket. Now we've got another flag from that same side judge. He drops it at the 14. This could be some kind of illegal contact, maybe.
Yeah, pass interference.
Yeah, let's see what the call is.
Of
course, the ball was uncatchable. Keep that in mind.
They had their flags.
There's no foul.
Okay.
Pocket. Reach the line.
You heard Mr. Bernard.
Defense. Number 17. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic. First down.
Well, right after he said there was no flag.
Well, you're saying no intentional grounding.
Well, to the 11.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's it.
So they saved all their flags in their pocket until the last minute of the game of the half, and now they're going to throw them at every play.
Yeah. Well, they get paid by the flag, I guess. First and 10 at the 11, so they got some breathing room, or at least now when Salinas runs around, he can breathe.
Let's see if we can even see it here. You can see he's in trouble. And I don't see the holding anywhere. Well, okay. They called it right here. And there's the flag, you see. So, I don't know. I didn't see the hold.
50 seconds, each team with 2 timeouts. Simple handoff to Edwards, who gets a few, spins out of a tackle. Now he's free to the 20. Woo! Oh, he does an end over end. Wow. What a tackle downfield by Jacob Krim. Watch this. Oh, boy, this will be a fun replay. Watch him go end over end here. Here we come.
He's going to try to jump him, or no, he just gets him.
Boy, that was fun to watch, wasn't it?
Wow.
He almost did it twice. That
would
was
have been
some
fun if he
tackle.
would have landed on his feet and kept running.
1st and 10 at the 23, clock running at 20 seconds. But they spread the field, no running backs. Ramirez is going to go deep down the middle, lofts it up high. It's picked off by Jalil Brown in South Garland territory. That'll stop the clock with 11 seconds.
Well, I tell you, these refs really could have called a holding right there. You see 79. He's just basically got a hold of number 32. Trying to get to the quarterback. He's number 32 right there is, let's see, Tiburcio. He's rushing from the outside, and he's just getting held all the way. So, I mean, you can see the ref is just looking right at him, too, just letting it go.
You know, there's not a lot of people here tonight, but there's some happy South Garland fans. You know, Bobby, the number of times they have led in a game in the last few years can't be that many times. I mean, this is a night to come out and support South Garland as they're leading 22-14. It looks like they'll take that lead to the half as we have 11 seconds left. 2 timeouts, but they're only at their 48. They'd have to go 52 yards.
Well, Duncan's got a good arm. Maybe he'll just toss it out there deep.
Well, he's in jail right now. He's reversing his field. Now he's just going to drop it off. Almost caught. Yeah, nice job to find a receiver. Ty Key coming back to the quarterback.
That leaves 1 second on the clock, really. So
yeah, the clock operator said, "Hey, let's go to the half with that one." And it's been an entertaining first half. South Garland scores on their first 3 possessions, then hangs on and still leads it as we go to the intermission. South Garland 22, WT White 14. We'll be back with the second half kickoff shortly. Come back with us here on GRSTV.
I love to read because it creates images in your mind and it makes you think that you're right there while you're reading.
I love to read because it shows me that anything is possible.
It's important to read well because it's a great way to expand your vocabulary.
There's just so much to gain from reading, and that's why I love it so much.
Reading makes me smart. Be a lifelong reader like me.
Reading is great.
You should read too.
Literacy is for life.
See you September 21st.
Come to Literacy for Life.
Make plans to attend the Literacy for Life event on Saturday, September 21st from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Curtis Caldwell Center.
Scott Powell, Bobby George back here at Homer B. Johnson Stadium. We're about ready to start the second half, but upcoming here, we've got your first half highlights. There were a bunch of them. South Garland scored on their first 3 possessions to take a 22-0 lead. Here come the Colonels out of their tunnel to start the game. And here comes their offense. And Brandon Wyatt scored on the first possession on a 7-yard touchdown run. The PAT was good. Second possession. Got a long run here, and breaking loose and going for the touchdown was Jalil Brown from 26 yards.
Yeah, that's a very good run right there, just breaking tackle after tackle.
And now a touchdown catch from Deontay Pruitt of 28 yards from DeMarcus Duncan. And they went for 2 and got it and led, here it is, your 2-point conversion out of the swinging gate. And that made it 22-0 in the first quarter. But then WT White came back-to-back turnovers on consecutive possessions by South Garland. Here's your first score. The defender falls down, and Brendan Hatton with the 7-yard touchdown pass. South Garland made it look easy, unfortunately, and then a sweep left and a score there by Elijah Edwards.
Of course, that comes on the 2 plays. 2 consecutive offensive plays by South Garland have turnovers, and that set them up for that last touchdown.
That was Jalil Brown with that interception in the first half. And that's where we are, 22-14, as we'll start the second half here shortly. WT White will take the second half kickoff unless they refuse it, but I think they'll take it.
South Garland, 219 total yards in that first half, 88 passing, and 131 on the ground. Of course, they were 5 of 11 in the air, and Duncan he's doing a great job throwing those little swing passes and then the long touchdown pass.
He's versatile, though. He can go short or deep, and is having a better game than he did last week.
And of course, they've only had 1 penalty, and last week they had 9.
And 3 turnovers. Unfortunately, they've got 2/3 of those tonight.
Yeah, these 2 turnovers, back-to-back possessions, actually, inside their own 30-yard line, really put WT White back in this game because it tired the defense out. They had the ball. WT White had the ball for about 6-7 minutes right there inside the 30-yard line, and they were able to hold them out of the end zone. One of the turnovers, they get it back, and boom. It just wears your defense down, and all of a sudden they're back in the game.
Giovanni Serrano to kick off. He's put all of them into the end zone tonight. Another low liner that's going to hit the end zone. So he's 4 for 4 on deep kicks tonight. And that means that White will start at their own 25-yard line.
It'll be first down and 10 for the WT White Longhorns.
That kicker can be quite a weapon if you kick off a lot.
Yeah, it shows he's got a strong leg. I mean, I'd like to see him kick a nice field goal about from, 25 yards out.
Here come the Longhorns in the white uniforms. As you look on, they're in all white with the orange trim. South Garland in the blue tops, white pants and white trim.
I think it's a lot cooler out there now that the half has come back. The start of this half, it's dark outside now, so the sun's down, and boy, a lot different temperature.
And this is Elijah Edwards, who finds running room around left tackle and gets 8 on first down. Good blocking over there as they strung it out. Here's your replay. All these replays brought to you by GRSTV.
That was their bread and butter through the first half, is get to that outside edge, and it looks like South Garland's going to try to stop that. They probably went into halftime and talked about it and said, hey, we got to stop this.
Option pitch off of the left shoulder pad. Ramirez with the bad pitch, and a good job by Edwards to recover it, the bad pitch, but it's going to go for a loss of 4 back to the 24 and a 3rd and long coming.
I don't know if that was a bad pitch. It looks like it hit him right in the hands. He just probably was running. He was thinking about where he was going to run versus catching the ball, maybe.
And that brings up 3rd down.
3rd and 11. They need the 35 here, or White would have to punt away on their first possession. 4 receivers, 2 each way, ball on the right hash. They may be changing the play as Ramirez looks to the sideline in shotgun. Going to fake the end around to Hines. Rolling left, drops it off incomplete. Good defense. It wasn't going to go for anything anyway, and he overshot Hatton on the screen. White's going to have to punt it.
Yeah, it looks like they were doing a blitz from the left side and the right side. Nobody there to block them. And, of course, there was great protection right there in the coverage by Gonzalez.
The punt for the Longhorns, Brian Espinoza.
4th and long.
Espinoza will be the punter. The twin safeties will be waiting about the south 40.
Lee, along with
Looks like they're not going to put up much of a rush here. Maybe go for the return.
Man, look at this. Look how spread out they are.
Yeah, that's about as spread as you can get right there. Here is your punt. Not bad. Nose up. Ball is dropped as he tried to make a running catch, and it is loose. I think South fell on it, but don't be surprised if it goes the other way. Now they're going to say South Garland football.
Very dangerous. If you can't get it cleanly, you just get away from it. That's the main rule. You don't want to have a diving catch on a punt. The ball went straight up and it just died right there, and he had to readjust and go up to get it. And you might as well just get out of the way when that happens.
Pretty good punt of 36 yards. 1st and 10 at the 45. Here come the Colonels for their first series of the half.
You know what I like to do on the very first series? Out of a half, everybody's kind of tired.
Throw the bomb.
You throw it deep. Just let them go get it.
Tight formation, though. There's a split into the right and a wing, but no wideouts here on 1st and 10. Brown now in motion. He'll become a wideout over there to the right side. Duncan directing traffic, has his shotgun snap. Time to throw, out, caught, or incomplete, intended for Lee, and a good defensive play tipping it away.
Yeah, Lee was double covered, actually, and it was actually a pretty good pass that Duncan throws. He puts a little touch on it so he can overthrow the defender. See, he's trying to overthrow the defenders there. It was a nice touch. He's just covered too much.
Boy, Duncan does have nice touch, especially on those long passes. 2nd and 10. 3-man front, 4 linebackers for White. Two-back set, one on either side of Duncan. He's going to hand it. Cutting it out, but being tackled from behind after a short gain is Wyatt. No, that's Brown who tried to get it to the outside, and a nice tackle from behind by, let's see, Tommy Gutierrez with the stop. This could have gone for big yardage, but Gutierrez saved some yards here. Watch this play.
Yeah, they were getting up behind big old number 77, Escalante, and I thought they had some running room right there.
3rd and 7, or South would probably punt it away here after their first possession. 9:55 in running here in the third quarter. Taking a lot of time to get the play called in the huddle. A huddle is something you don't see much anymore. Duncan in shotgun, 3 receivers set. He's going to play action roll right. Throws it, picked off at the 40 and returnable. This is going to go big. It may go the distance. That is number 11, Dozal, and he's got a touchdown as he takes it 59 yards. We do have a penalty marker back at the 34 of South Garland. That might be some kind of a legal block by where that marker is.
Yeah,
see if we see it on the
really didn't
replay.
need it. There was 4 guys blocking the quarterback. And if one of them gets a hold or something like that, it'll be a shame for W.T. White because really, I mean, I didn't see anything there.
Nothing on the replay.
Ruling on the field, touchdown.
Oh.
Sideline warning
Ah.
against W.T. White. It's their first warning of the game.
So White gets within 2 on the touchdown. Let's see if they'll go for 1 or 2 here at 22-20.
This was that same play that we were talking about earlier where they're moving that tight end from one side of the field to the right side of the field, and they've ran it already twice in the game. And I said, you better watch out because they're going to watch for that play when they need it. And they're going to pick it off or actually hit your receiver pretty hard, knock him down. And that's exactly what happened. They ran the same exact play. W.T. White is waiting on it. You can't run those trick plays too many times because they're gonna set on them and wait on them, and that's what happened there. And he just picks it off.
Joseph Crenshaw drills the point after, and White gets within 1. Timeout on the field. 9:26 third quarter. The South Garland lead is now 1. It was 22-0. Now it's 22-21 here on GRSTV. Some of the fans on hand tonight here at Homer B. Johnson Stadium on a Thursday night. Remember, we'll have 2 games a week for you starting this week. You can catch the other game this week, which is a good one between Rockwall and Rowlett. So 2 games a week. Be sure to watch that one. That'll be Steve Reeves and Bobby George on the call there. And, of course, Bobby and I doing South Garland and White. And then we'll have 2 more next week. And Steve Reeves will be back with us on a weekly basis. I'll do one, and Steve will do the other one each week, play-by-play with Bobby. Here's your kickoff. It's short, but a short return. Good coverage from White as the return's out to the 28-yard line.
Well, they've let White back in this game. They had him down 22-0, and now they're all the way back. Now, we were talking about kicking that extra point, and instead they went for the swinging gate and got that extra point. Now it's actually a good thing because it's 22-21. It still preserves the lead.
Yeah, you were wondering at the time, and who would have known they would have needed it at this point.
That's right.
9:20 left in this third quarter. South Garland for their second possession. Just had a pass picked off a moment ago that went for 6, but they still lead it by 1, 22-21.
These three turnovers, the last 3 possessions, has been tough for South Garland.
Duncan, the quarterback, hands it to Wyatt on a sweep run. He breaks 1 tackle, but won't get past the second wave, a 3-yard gain to the 33.
Solo by Corbin Dennis. Gain, second down.
There's your first broken tackle there.
Well, he's been breaking them all night, hadn't he? Brandon Wyatt.
Yeah, the tackling has not been that great either way. Jacoby Darden, their star defensive end, made the tackle, one of their best players. 2nd and 7, Colonels. 3 receivers wide out here to the left. That's the wide side. Duncan's looking left, going to drop off the screen, incomplete. Bad timing there. Brown was about to catch it and got hit from behind by the arriving Cam Edwards.
Yeah, he just read it. You can see he loses control of the ball. By the time he gets it, he's tossing it out there. By that time, they've already read the play, and they're breaking down. Very dangerous because, I'm not sure Duncan even looked. He just knew that he was supposed to be over there. He tosses it over there to him, and boom, the little corner gets there quickly.
3rd and 7, or the Colonels would have to punt it away here. Again, just a good evening for football if you can get beyond the heat because there is no wind affecting play. The flags at half staff for the Odessa, Midland Odessa folks. But they are stuck
South
to
Garland.
the poles. We got a timeout. We'll take
out of the
one.
half.
8:39 left, third quarter. 22-21. South Garland leads it here on GRSTV.
I love to read because it creates images in your mind and it makes you think that you're right there while you're reading.
I love to read because it shows me that anything is possible.
It's important to read well because it's a great way to expand your vocabulary.
There's just so much to gain from reading, and that's why I love it so much.
Reading makes me smart. Be a lifelong reader like me.
Reading is great.
You should read too.
Literacy is for life.
See you September 21st.
Come to Literacy for Life.
Make plans to attend the Literacy for Life event on Saturday, September 21st from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Curtis Caldwell Center.
South Garland and WT White, this is the 4th year in a row they have met early in the season. South Garland's won the last 2, 48-27 last year, 46-40 in 17, and then in 2016, White won it 52-35. These two teams have averaged a total of 82 points per meeting over the last 3 years. Little low scoring comparatively speaking, 43 points so far tonight. Duncan fakes the handoff. Now he's going to reverse his field, drop it off over the middle, incomplete. He had a receiver fall down, although I don't think it would have been complete anyway. Brown was the intended receiver who fell.
Yeah, Duncan just kind of improvises, but you know what he does good? He keeps his eyes down the field.
Yes,
and
good
he
point.
Waits for his guys to come open. Now you see him, he's got his eyes down the field. He's thinking about running. He sees his guy break away, and he goes ahead and tosses it out where, really Brown probably should have broke back towards him, not away from him towards the middle of the field. But if he does that, that probably would have been a completed pass.
Bobby George in mid-season form, that's a great point. He's done that all night, just never looks down, always looking downfield. That'll help a lot when you're scrambling for your life. Serrano in punt formation, low snap, but he picks it off the turf and gets off a nice kick. Drives the return man all the way back to his 25. That's a 45-yard punt that is returned. That'll be about a 12-yard return, unfortunately, because it was a low kick. So the net was about, 28 yards. Pretty good field position for WT White at their own 37-yard line.
Yeah, if the return man doesn't actually catch that like it's an over-the-shoulder pass, that ball probably would have bounced on the 20 all the way down to the 1 yard line again.
That's why you catch the ball.
That's right.
That hidden yardage in football. Catch it, don't let it hit.
Yeah.
That ball could have rolled forever. 1st and 10 Longhorns. Ball almost center of the field. They got a receiver each way and actually 2 to the right. A one-back set. Jason Salinas has had a pretty good night at quarterback, and he's back in there. Pitches on the inside pitch on the end around to Hatton. We got a late penalty. Hatton breaks loose. He's free. He might go the distance. Poor tackling. He will score, but we've got an early penalty marker and then a late penalty marker resting back at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, that came from the midfield judge. He tossed that thing 25 yards.
Yeah, I think we got an illegal block early in the play, and then who knows at the end. Maybe the referee was just confirming the original call. And the referee, Rory Bernard, will tell us here in a moment. I think this one's coming back, as you can tell by the players who are coming back. That was a 63-yard run.
Foul. Block below the waist. Offense. Number 54. Personal foul. Participating without a helmet. Defense. Number 18. Those fouls offset. Replay first down.
Well, that's good for South Garland. Reset and replay. How do you play without a helmet? That one's got me. It had to come off during the play.
You got
I
a
would
clipping
hope.
right there. That comes out. And then, I mean, you get your helmet knocked off. What are you supposed to do?
Yeah,
Why would
you're
you
going to be
get a
penalized
penalty for that?
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I can understand making them come out for a play, but why should you be penalized for losing your helmet?
Yeah, I mean, that thing just got hit hard and flopped off. I mean, it's not like he went up there and started chasing somebody down.
Not every rule makes sense. 1st and 10 after the reset. Sweep right for Edwards. He's going to be tackled from behind. Nice play there from a young man we've seen a lot of tonight.
Yeah, Jonte
Hamilton comes up from behind. It's a pretty good gain, though, of 6 yards. But remember, I was going to say it was 1st and 10, so a good gain on 1st down of 6.
Yeah, Hamilton was playing over the center, and he's just pursuing like you're supposed to do. And those outside guys got to turn the running back towards him, and if you're pursuing, you can get that tackle, and that's what happened.
2nd and 4 Longhorns. Ride the fullback, keep it. Ramirez then just tosses it forward to Hatton, who has a short gain, but it looks like enough for the first. Now we've got a late flag. We've got unsportsmanlike conduct going against somebody, and maybe both ways. We'll see.
It looks like a little bit of a late hit out here to the outside,
which will be a live ball against one team or the other. If it's a late hit.
Personal foul here.
The referee.
First down. After the play, personal foul, late hit, offense.
Wow.
Number 79, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Yeah, they're going to give them the first down, and it's a dead ball, so it's going to, if it works out, it should be 1st and 25 if they gave him the penalty or the first down, which I think they did. Let's see if they move those chains across the way.
It's kind of a cool little play, just tosses it out there. And you see right here, the play's over, and then boom, from right on the left 40-yard line marker right there.
I don't understand it. I mean, if it's a dead ball, they had a first down, so why not make it a 1st and 25? Well, anyway, it's 1st and 10. Maybe I don't know the rule well there. Ramirez, little counter handoff to Edwards, who's got a lot of running room around left end to the 40. Make it the 39. He got 7 on first down.
Well, he's quick. I mean, he was able to outrun everybody, Elijah Edwards there, and just scoot around there and pick that 10 yards up. I didn't think he had much room, but, man, you got somebody right here. You got number 20 chasing him down, Adams, and the pursuit just couldn't get there fast enough because he was scooting.
You got those square shoulder pads. It's almost like looking at Earl Campbell again, number 20 in that Texas-looking uniform. Quick out pass to Hatton. It's caught, but no gain. I mean, good pursuit there. He's stacked up by 3 or 4 blue shirts. Maybe a yard, but it's going to be 3rd and 4 coming.
Yeah, that's what you want right there by your defensive backs. I mean, they were able to stop him quick. You know, usually you got one-on-one right here, so your defensive back has to fight through the first blocker.
Make it 3rd and 3 at the 39. South Garland trying to force another white punt here. South Garland leading 22-21. We're halfway through the 3rd quarter. Big play here. They're threatening the blitz. Here it comes. Handoff left, though. The blitz was defensive left, and Edwards has the first down. Right play at the right time, really, as Edwards picks up a quick 6.
Well, he's still not on the ground. He gets through there. They stop him with a whistle, but he was still moving. Whistle.
So the drive continues. They're ripping off 6-7-yard runs here. White is to start this second half.
Yeah, they're really taking advantage of that right side of the defense.
Receiver each way. Edwards again left side. He's hit from behind, but breaks loose and gets a little bit. He got about 4 before he's driven back at the 46. Somebody and a defender appeared to maybe have him wrapped up, but he just shook that attempted tackler.
They're just taking advantage of that. Get a little lead blocker going. That big 48. Number 54. All those guys right there really lead blocking.
Eduardo Coronado could not hold on. 2nd and 6 from the 49. This drive started back at the 37. There's penalties and a lot of plays for 12 yards so far. Ramirez time to throw, fires incomplete. Wanted to hit Hatton on the slant, but he threw it behind him. We've also got penalty markers, one behind the play and one in front of the play. This could be 2 different penalties here. Well, you said it, Bobby. We didn't have any penalty markers early. I didn't even think they brought them with them. And, boy, Ever since late second quarter, the flags have been a-flying.
Yeah, they're going to call holding on the defensive back, and they're going to call holding on an offensive line.
How many times have we had two different penalties in the same play? Several times tonight.
They'll both offset.
Two play. It's on the defense. Hold.
Just
defense.
About every other word.
Penalties decline. Pass. Number 33. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic. First down.
Folks, Roy Bernard is not a stutterer. It's a microphone problem. He usually doesn't work well early in his sentences and then pretty well later.
Throws it, and then boom, he hits him late. Yep. Yeah. And then they also get the holding right there.
Yeah. Lucky it wasn't picked off. 1st and 10 after the penalties marked off. Fresh set of downs at the 35. Movement in the defensive line. And
you got to snap the ball right there.
Yeah, no call. Didn't touch anybody, so the count continues from Ramirez. Again, left side Edwards. Same play over and over and over and over again.
There you go. That's how you stop it right there.
2 yards this time thanks to a
Perry Adams.
Yeah, forcing out by Adams. You know, you keep running the same play over and over, the defense might just figure it out, and they did right there. Gain of 2, 2nd and 8 coming.
That's what you got. You just stay right there on that outside. Don't let him get outside you. But you got to have that pursuit, too, that forces him to go outside. And they finally did. Number 48, the linebacker there as well, was able to pursue him in.
Inside reverse sweep. This is Hatton who steps around one tackler and
he got hit then.
Banged hard at the 30. As Bobby very much enjoyed. Brown was there on the tackle. And one of the guys involved is slow to get up. That was number 28, Antoine Edwards. He's coming off the field. He just got shaken up by that tackle. Hopefully he'll be back. Watch this. This is good contact here from the Colonel defense. There you go. Boom.
Timeout.
Yeah.
W.T. White.
That was a great
First charge
play.
timeout of the half.
Delivering the blow was Braylon Witherspoon. He's had a couple of those tonight. Let's take a break. 3:40 left, third quarter. South Garland leading 22-21 here on GRSTV.
Everybody choose GISD, a diverse community, providing exceptional education to every kid we see. That's the mission. Reaching the future by driving excellence. Yeah, that's the vision. We have values. We believe every student can learn, and every student deserves our best. You ready for your turn? Come join us and be a part you could be. Garland ISD proud too.
You can be anything you want to be. You can go any place you want to see. It all starts right here with GISD. We are the future, the change you want to see. It all starts right now, the GISD.
Here come the Longhorns. Well, there are the South Garland, what's the name of their cheer squad? I can't. Southern Bells.
Yeah.
Thank you to our truck. The Southern Bells from South Garland entertaining tonight. So they just did their halftime performances, the bands and the Southern Bells. 3rd and 5, we're back to play. Big play here for White. Edwards again. He cuts this one up early and has big yardage, and he'll have pay dirt. There is a penalty marker behind the play, though, about the 15-yard line. And that's about 7 to 10 yards downfield.
I tell you, they just keep running to that left side, and they have really found something. And the Colonels just haven't been able to stop
the
it.
Touchdown. Illegal substitution. Defense. That penalty decline. Touchdown.
South Garland loses the lead for the first time tonight at 27-22. Great cut from the get-go here, Bobby. I like this run.
And just the tackling just wasn't there. They just
cutting back against the grain, though, is very impressive. Boy, he looks like Earl Campbell in that number 20.
Just a little bit smaller.
A little smaller, maybe not as good, but he's having a pretty good night. That 20 looks good in orange and white, doesn't it?
It really does.
They got the swinging gate working here. And they go for 2, and they got it. Edwards gets 2 more. So let's take another timeout as White takes their first lead. 3:31 left, third quarter, 29-22. Excuse me, Colonel's Trail here on GRSTV. South Garland band members. I think I'm going to live. I almost got my voice back.
During the break, we're talking about the swinging gate. And, we've seen it twice, and it's worked twice tonight. We may not see it again the whole season.
Yeah.
And we've seen it 2 times in one game.
You see teams threaten it all year, but you rarely see it attempted. We've got our number in for the year, probably. Here comes the white kickoff. It's going to be a short run-up. They may just try a pooch here. Crenshaw, it is a short one. Fair catch at the 31-yard line for the Colonels, and that was Davon Gilmore. So good field position for South Garland.
Well, the Colonels really got to put something together offensively. I mean, ever since the middle of that second quarter, where they had the 2 turnovers in a row, they've come out, had another turnover. They just haven't put anything together since about the 7 or 8 minute mark of the second quarter.
This was a 22-0 South Garland lead, and White has scored the last 29 points. Hey, that is a great point. Our truck makes a good point. As the South Garland's new coach, Damaso Martinez, looks a lot like Ron Rivera, the Carolina head coach? Isn't he at Carolina, Bob?
Yes, sir.
Boy, they look a lot alike. I was thinking earlier he looked like somebody. He looks like a younger Ron Rivera, and a good-looking Ron Rivera, I might add, too. Gain of 11 on the first play. That's a 1st and 10 Colonels. Ripping off 11 on the first run. 3 minutes and counting as we hit 3 minutes right now here in the third quarter. Head out to Brandon Wyatt, sweeping right. He gets a good block from Brown, but that might be a hold on Brown. It might have been a little too good of a block, Bobby. As he kind of slung the defender to the ground, and that does not look good to the officials. And yes.
Offense. Number 9. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. First down.
Jaleel kind of tackled the defender there.
Yeah, they've let a lot of it go. But when you grab somebody and just rip them down, then they're going to call that one. Yeah, there's the Sean Payton lookalikes. Now we got 2 head coaches of the NFL going at it today.
Boy, that does look like Sean Payton from behind, especially. Wow, another good call from the truck. And these are 2 great hires, if that's who they hired. So a loss of 10 on the penalty. 1st and 20 South at their own 31. Clock running 2.5 minutes here in the third. Ball center of the field. Duncan wants to throw. He's got some time. Steps up and
he's
goes
got
deep.
it.
Wide open.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh! Off the fingertips of Devontae Pruitt. There was nobody within sight of Pruitt.
Now, that's a hard catch. I mean, you're running full speed looking over your shoulder, and your eyes get to bouncing, and you know there's no one around, and all you can do is say, hurry up and get here. But, boy, what a ball. Just
a little more air under the ball would have done it, but that was a nice pass. I don't care if it's incomplete or not.
Yeah, it was about 45 yards.
This kid can throw the deep ball. Just not a high percentage passer so far this year, but he looks like he's going to be a good one. DeMarcus Duncan back in shotgun on 2nd and 20 after that 10-yard penalty a moment ago. He's got a lot of time again. Going to roll it right, looking, as Bobby said, always has the eyes downfield. He's going to step out. Just could not find anybody open.
Yeah, there was no one there to throw to. Just zero. He had to take off running.
He got it back to the line of scrimmage, so it'll be 3rd and 20.
Watch downfield. You can tell he's watching to throw. No one comes back. Nobody does anything here. Just nothing.
I think there's only one receiver down there out of the picture. They did not flood the area with receivers, and that hurt them. So South Garland looking for a 3rd and 20 play here. Got to get all the way to the 49 of White from their own 31. Going to send 2 receivers to this wide left side.
They're going to try to throw it deep again.
2-back set. I think they're going to run a screen again. No, looking downfield.
Yeah,
nobody open.
Nobody there again.
Had all day. Almost got the completion off the fingertips of the intended receiver over there.
Boy, he was rolling out, waiting people and then throws a nice bullet right to him.
Gilmore would have had a chance to fight for the first down if he had caught it. I think he might have been a little short, though.
Boy, he's keeping his eyes downfield really well. Look at that. Right on the money, too.
Yeah, I don't think he would have the first down.
He
but
wouldn't have
you
got
know
it,
what? They might have gone for it on 4th and 1, though, Bobby, because now it's 4th and 20.
Yeah, you got to punt it now. 4th and 1 on the 49 is a lot different.
Serrano for his next punt of the night. He's had several. They're expecting a good one. The return Manhattan all the way back to his own 31. He's expecting a 38-yard punt from there. Uh-oh, the ball bounces in, but Serrano had time and grabbed it. Gets off a decent punt, but it's low and returnable. Here comes Hatton. Pretty good coverage as he only gets back to the 44. That's a 12-yard return and a 37-yard punt. Serrano gets good distance, but he keeps them low, and most of them are very returnable. White again with good field position here. Late third quarter, 1:44 left, and the Longhorns currently lead at 29-22.
I think he was more just happy to get that ball off because it was on the ground. He had to scoop it up before he could punt it.
Be glad there wasn't a rush on. He was able to take his time and not panic. Here come the Horns. Receiver each way, a split end to the right now, so there's 2 to the right. That's the short
this.
side.
This is where they throw that long, deep pass down the sideline in this formation.
I think we got an illegal sub now. We've got not enough people on the field, or too
Illegal
many.
substitution. 12 minutes.
Yeah, there's 12 men on the field.
5-yard penalty.
Referee did a quick second count to make sure he had it right, and he came up with 12 both times.
They're having fun out there tonight.
Southern Bells.
Southern Bells.
What a great name. Going to ride the fullback. That's Edwards.
Well, he had a nice little scoot through there. He was just kind of skipping along.
Yeah.
He's really a nice little back.
Yeah, he's really... I know he's a lot shorter, not as big, but boy, a 20 in that looks a lot like Earl Campbell. White really emulates Texas a lot in the way they look, color scheme, and fight song, I might add. 2nd and 9. Edwards again. This time he picks his hole and has got a first down. Good patience there as he waited for the hole to develop and got a quick 9 and a fresh set of downs at the South 45.
Yeah, he's really starting to take over the game.
Boy, you got some numbers on him. I have a feeling he might be nearing 100 or at least 75. Bobby checking the numbers for us. Great job of picking his hole there, as you see on the replay.
They just jump start. Comes through the hole, then jumps left, and then takes off again.
Ball center of the field. Same set, 2 backs, 2 receivers. We're under a minute left third quarter.
Yeah, he's at 90 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Ramirez going to keep it. Cuts it up.
He took a hit.
Driven to the turf hard. Nice tackle there after the short gain. The tackle by Dante Pruitt, it looked like, unless that was 21. No, it was Pruitt going both ways. South Garland took the field, and their roster only has 40 players on it, so there'll be some folks going both ways through the year.
They got about 106 yards on the ground so far, and 90 of it is Elijah Edwards.
3-yard gain, 2nd and 7. Now they pull up and look to the sideline after they see the defensive alignment, which will have a 4-man front. 6 seconds, 5 seconds. They're going to let this third quarter clock wind out. And we're going to take a break and come back with the fourth quarter. It's been a good one tonight here at Homer B.
Of the third quarter.
Our score, WTY 29, South Garland 22. The fourth quarter coming here on GRSTV.
I love to read because it creates images in your mind and it makes you think that you're right there while you're reading.
I love to read because it shows me that anything is possible.
It's important to read well because it's a great way to expand your vocabulary.
There's just so much to gain from reading, and that's why I love it so much.
Reading makes me smart. Be a lifelong reader like me.
Reading is great.
You should read too.
Literacy is for life.
See you September 21st.
Come to Literacy for Life.
Make plans to attend the Literacy for Life event on Saturday, September 21st from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Curtis Caldwell Center.
And we are back here in Garland for quarter number 4. It's been a good one tonight. South led it 22-0. White scored the last 29 and leads it 29-22.
Yeah, 29 unanswered points. And really, the Colonels were dominating the game.
Then the turnovers started, unfortunately.
But the Longhorns are now at 255 total yards, 149 in the air, and 106 on the ground. And they're really starting to take over that left side.
Edwards cuts it back, fighting for the first down, and he's got it as he broke a tackle and then finally went down at the 34 of South Garland. The ball came loose, but they're going to say he was down. Looked like a good call from the head linesman over there. That's Laurent, Keith Laurent, the head linesman. 1st and 10, fresh set of downs at the 34. I'll tell you, a touchdown here, and it'd be awfully hard for South to come back. They need a defensive stand here badly. They want a chance of picking up their first win. But it's improvement. They lost 41-0 last week. South Garland did in their opener. Edwards right up the gut. He's getting it every play. Now, when you got a lead, you just feed the back and hope to score and extend the lead. He got 7 there.
And they seem like they found something there. They've got these big offensive linemen. You see 78, 76, 79. Those big guys, they're starting to just dominate up inside there.
Yeah, look at that. That's a great example there. They're just tying up those defenders. They're so big, they're just tying them up. Not a lot of driving them off the ball as much as just tying them up. They're all 70s there in the middle.
Yeah, they're big boys. And then you got Edwards taking those he's just timing his run. He's not going there too fast. He's skipping around and finding the hole.
Good job here by Edwards to cut it out at the last second and get a couple.
Another first.
Yeah, they're going to go ahead and move the chains, even though it's awfully close over there. I guess they hadn't put the ball down yet. Let's see where they put it down. They're not moving it yet. Yeah. Now they are 1st and 10, ball on the right hash at the 24. This drive started back at the 43 of White.
This is what they do right here. They get everybody running up the middle. They'll get those defensive ends trying to crash it, and then they'll pop outside on you.
Well, he has the good lateral movement to do that. He takes advantage of what's available. This time he trips down and takes a shot in the hole. Wow. And that is something 5. Number 26.
Gonzalez.
We've seen him a couple of times tonight. A good shot there from Gonzalez.
Boy, he totally read that one. And
watch this, folks.
You see him. He's getting up.
Boom, boom. Boy, that's a form tackle at its best right there.
Yeah, Edwards had kind of fallen. And by the time he got up to see where he was going, Gonzalez finishes him out.
2nd and 7. That's the shortest gain White's had in a while. South Garland with a chance here to put a stop together. 4-man front. They spread the field with receivers. 3 in the pattern. Going to run the end around on the toss inside. This is Hatton. He gets a lot of blocks, and he'll dive out to the 11. That's going to be a first down. Good play call. They hadn't gone wide in a while, and it worked well. Got in a little misdirection, and I think it fooled South Garland, even though they've run this several times tonight, Bobby. Look at the blocking. They sealed everything in, didn't they?
Yeah, your corner has to be able to get loose right there and stay on the outside and force him back in where the pursuit is. And if he doesn't, he's breaking, and your running back breaks contain. That's where you pick up the yards.
Now you're going to wonder how tired the South Garland defense is, as White has dominated the clock here in the second half. South Garland's offense dominated the ball in the first half. Well, this is a different running back. I guess they decided to give Edwards a rest. As taking the handoff, I believe for the first time, is Corbin Dennis, number 24. And Gonzalez with another stop for South. Michael Gonzalez, number 26. See, for once it's not number 20. Great little open field tackle down low by Gonzalez. They're doing all right on first down the last few series, but second down's been a problem. 2nd and 10 here, 8:15 and counting. Low snap, dug out. And there's Edwards. And Edwards going to be dropped for a loss. Is that Michael Gonzalez one more time?
Boy, he's reading it good right now. He's finding it.
Wow, it's a one-man show defensively right now for South.
Yeah, he's coming to play now.
Look at this form tackle. The man can tackle with form. Watch this. You see 26 in the background. Now watch him.
He comes up to meet him, too. He's not going side to side. He's going towards the line of scrimmage. he hits him, and he's just way bigger.
Man, he could teach the class. Tackling 101, 3rd down and 14. Big play for the South Garland defense. They want to stay in this one. Ramirez wants to throw. Short out. It's caught at the 10. Breaking a tackle. Hatton might score. Did he get in? If not, he's down at the 1, and it's a 1st down, and he's down at the 1. That's a big play there for W.T. White, and that
wide open too. I mean, it was just a 7-8 yard out, and just nobody there covering him.
That might be your backbreaker if they get in the end zone here. This is not good tackling there. Of course, a good stiff arm from Hatton. They're lucky he didn't get in the end zone. I'm not sure he didn't get in the end zone, but it was close. 1st and goal at the 1. Full house backfield. Guess who the tailback is? Guess who's going to get? No, Ramirez will keep it.
Center.
It looks like he squeezed in, although no signal. There's your signal. Touchdown, White.
Finally, they go up under center and take it. You know, they didn't do it in the end zone when they were on the 1 yard line at the beginning of the half. They kept shooting it into shotgun, and you're like, well, they must not even practice it, but there they go.
Ramirez shaking up on his back there, the quarterback. Here comes the training
knocked
staff.
out of him a little bit, probably.
Well, hopefully that's all it is. Now they're helping him up. I think you called it right. Looks fine to me.
He's like, I'm not taking it under center anymore.
Let's see if he got that ball across. Hard to tell.
That's what happens. He landed on the ball, and then everybody dogpiled on top of him.
There you go. Even the trainers look like they go to UT. This team has UT written all over it. Extra point coming right now. It is a 13-point lead, so it's now a 2-possession game. South Garland's got their work cut out for them, or they're going to go 0-2. Crenshaw wants to try the PAT. Rathbun is the holder. Here comes the rush. Couldn't get there, and the kick is good. Let's take a break. 7:07 left in our final period. It's W.T. White now 36, South Garland 22 on GRSTV.
Everybody choose GISD, a diverse community, providing exceptional education to every kid we see. That's the mission. Reaching the future by driving excellence. Yeah, that's the vision. We have values. We believe every student can learn, and every student deserves our best. You ready for your turn? Come join us and be a part. You could be Garland ISD proud too.
You can be anything you want to be. You know anything you want to see. It all starts right here with GISD. We are the future. Be the change you want to see. It all starts right now with GISD.
Well, W.T. White will kick it off. They've scored 36 unanswered after trailing 22-0. So South is in trouble. They need some big plays downfield to have a chance. They got 7:07 left, and the Colonels do have 2 timeouts left. They're going to kick it short and avoid the long return. A fair catch at the 27. That's almost the guarantee when you kick it short like that. You're not going to get a long return. They're usually going to fair catch it.
Which I don't know why. I mean,
why not try it? Yeah.
He catches the ball, and there's not even anybody within 12 yards of him.
Because it happened so quickly. Yeah, I see your point.
I mean, it seems like just catch it and take off, and
especially when you're down, what do you have to lose?
And if you break it, if you break that first little group of guys, there's nobody there.
Yep, kind of like 4th and 1. You break it to the second level, you're gone.
Yeah, nobody's coming towards you. It's just the 1 or 2 guys that on that side that you've got to beat.
Here come the Colonels. DeMarcus Duncan, who's had a pretty decent night, especially with the long ball. He's got 2 receivers, right and left. They need points in a hurry, down by 14 and 7 minutes left. Duncan will hand it, though, to Brown coming right.
Oh, good block.
Gets a block and splits a couple of defenders and has a nice gain of plenty of first down yardage all the way to the 48. Good job of picking his holes downfield by Brown.
Yeah, Brown gets a great block by his receivers here. Watch this when he comes across here. Look at this block right here. What?
Yep.
There it comes. Boom, right there.
Right there,
and it springs him.
Yeah. Looked like a face mask on the sideline, no call.
Yeah, Brown's complaining about it as well.
Well, it looked like it was obvious to me. 3 receivers to the wide side to the left. Brown, the tailback, to the left of Duncan in shotgun. DeMarcus going to hand it to Brown again. Breaks 1 tackle. Cannot get away from the second man, and he is slung down by Brian Garcia at the 48. That'll be a gain of 4. Stayed in bounds, so that clock is a running. Again, you don't want to go in your hurry-up offense, but they really do need to speed up, maybe go downfield here, down by 14. Taking a lot of time between plays.
Well, that last drive by the Longhorns took a long time. It took a lot of time off the clock. So it just leaves them in a predicament. They've got to score and score pretty quick.
White has had the ball most of this half. Stepping up and going long is Duncan. Throwing into double coverage and is picked off. Second time tonight by number 11, who's still on the return. And that is Dom Dozal, who had the interception return, the pick 6 earlier tonight.
Yeah, Dozal saw the ball in the air, and he became a receiver and took off running, and it looked like the actual receiver never saw the ball. You can see him step into it, and he just kind of quits running.
He did.
And
it wasn't that bad of a throw.
Takes off running and catches it.
That's a great point, Bobby. I thought it was a bad throw. No, the receiver just kind of stopped, didn't he?
Yeah, and Dozal sees it and takes off. Now,
we got an injury.
We've got an injury, yeah.
He may be down a while. Why don't we take a quick break? 5:59, fourth quarter, 36-22 White here on GRSTV. Davon Gilmore has come off the field, and as you can see, he's a little shaken up, but at least he was able to walk off under his own power. As we get back to play, White with a 1st and 10. 5:59 left as they'll start at their own 22.
I think you're going to get a whole lot of number 20.
The Earl Campbell looking running back, Elijah Edwards, and it is Elijah. Breaks a tackle and gets a couple of extra out to the 27. Good pickup of 5 on first down. The hole is there to get him the 5.
Making stop for the Colonels.
As you see the broken tackle there. Again, you mentioned it. They don't tackle much in practice, and it's showing a lot tonight on a very hot night. The energy level makes it harder and harder to tackle the further you go. We've seen a lot of broken tackles. 2nd and 5. Under 5.5 minutes left. Here's that end around inside sweep to Hatton, and they string it out well this time. They tried it to the short side of the field, and that became an extra defender, and it was just a 2-yard gain at best to the 31, forcing a 3rd down. Great job of stringing it there. As you saw number 20, the end, Adams, he was further out than the running back when the play ended. He was almost out of bounds. He strung his blocker out.
Yeah, that's what you want to do, though. You want to keep it going out there to string him out, give him no room to cut back.
3rd and 2, kind of a long one, actually. Here comes the blitz. Edwards misses one tackler, and he'll have a 1st down. They had the blitz on, and they almost caught him in the backfield, but Edwards, with the good lean, got plenty to the 39.
It looked like the Longhorns never came out of their stance either.
Another broken tackle, as you see at the end of the play.
Yeah, look, they're all still sitting in their stance when the play started, and he still picks up about 7 yards.
Well, he's got that Earl Campbell body lean, too. If you put 3 inches on him at about 50 pounds, it'd look just like Earl Campbell.
About 100 pounds.
No,
and about 5 more inches of height.
Not present day, but he was a big guy in college. He gets outside and just stops himself, just goes to the turf and says, I've had enough, after an 8-yard gain. He also did a good job. I think most of that was just staying in bounds and keeping the clock alive, which is now under 4 minutes left. We're 2/3 of the way through the 4th quarter. 14-point White lead, 36-22. If you tuned in early, it was 22-0 South Garland. Scoring on their first 3 possessions has been all White since. 2nd and 2 as they work the play clock. Guess who? up the middle, first down, spins with that lean all the way to the 42.
Yeah, it's like they see it's getting over with now, and they're just starting to dominate. Uh-oh, we've got a fight going on here. Little temper.
Time of possession has just been brutal against South Garland.
Kick number 18 out.
There's 2 flags. Takes his helmet off, and not a happy kid.
Well, he
as Ron Rivera
totally
meets him
just
halfway.
lost it and just started trying to fight out there. Play was completely over.
Here comes the call from the referee, Mr. Bernard.
After the play, personal foul.
Got his mic fixed.
Defense for 18. Number 18 is disqualified for the remainder of the contest.
And that'll
15-yard penalty, first down.
That'll cost South 15 yards.
Yeah.
They're finally going to put it down at the 27. I think this one's about over, down by 14, and White on the move at the South 27. That defense has got to be worn out with the time of possession here in the second half. They're lucky they haven't given up more.
Right there.
Yeah, the holes are just getting bigger and bigger. It's a lot easier for an offensive lineman than a defender. And this looks like, is that Edwards or a backup?
That's Gonzalez coming in and making the tackle there.
I think they did. Yeah, they ran that backup, number 24, Dennis. So maybe, here comes Edwards. He stays out for one play. Second, you know who's going to get it, but it's hard to stop when you're this tired on a 100-degree day.
Yeah, most of these guys are going both ways. They're offense and defense, these linemen.
Do they have 11 men on the field, South Garland? They have 10 people on the field, Bobby. I've counted it twice now. I think South Garland's one short. Please tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah, they got 11.
Okay, I miscounted. All right. Ramirez keeps it just to mix it up, and a great job on the end over there by number 7, Angel Gutierrez. We got a
timeout.
Oh, we got a timeout. South's going to use
timeout at the half.
Their second timeout. 2:24 left. Let's take a break. South Garland trailing 36-22 on GRSTV.
I love to read because it creates images in your mind and it makes you think that you're right there while you're reading.
I love to read because it shows me that anything is possible.
It's important to read well because it's a great way to expand your vocabulary.
There's just so much to gain from reading, and that's why I love it so much.
Reading makes me smart. Be a lifelong reader like me.
Reading is great.
You should read too.
Literacy is for life.
See you September 21st.
Come to Literacy for Life.
Make plans to attend the Literacy for Life event on Saturday, September 21st from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Curtis Caldwell Center.
South Garland cheerleaders on the home sideline here. We're at Homer B. Johnson Stadium. We're late fourth quarter, 2:24 left. White driving and leading 36-22 at the South Garland 27. It's probably over unless South can get a quick turnover here, but White has done a great job protecting the ball tonight. The turnovers have gone against South Garland. Here's a 2-yard gain by Edwards. Make it a yard to the 26. W.T. White just wants tick and talk the rest of the way, and South is going to take another timeout.
They're trying to win the game, and they want the ball back.
Why don't we take?
They've got to stop them first.
Why don't we take another break here on GRSTV?
Everybody choose GISD, a diverse community, providing exceptional education to every kid we see. That's the mission, reaching the future by driving excellence. Yeah, that's the vision. We have values. We believe every student can learn and every student deserves our best. You ready for your turn? Come join us and be a part. You could be Garland ISD proud too.
You can be anything you want to be. You can go any place you want to see. It all starts right here with GISD. We are the future.
As we come back, it looks like White's going to try a field goal. They got a 14-point lead. Boy, this is dangerous. You get this blocked, but
we've been wanting to see this, though. We've been wanting to see if this guy can kick this.
43-yard attempt. It's low and left.
No, he missed it.
Yeah, he just missed it left.
They got a penalty because they hit him when he kicked it.
Roughing the kicker, or it could be running in, but it looks like roughing from here. Let's see if we can get a GRS TV replay from the folks in the truck. See if we can see what
hope
happened.
he's not hurt.
Oh, he looks hurt. That must have been roughing. If the condition of the kicker is anything, it's probably roughing and not running in. We should have a replay coming. No replay. Sorry, I misunderstood there. Joseph Crenshaw.
Run into the kicker. Defense.
Running
5-yard
in.
penalty.
Remember what I said, Bobby? It's hard to believe you just run into as shooken up as he was. So it's going to be 4th down again, but your kicker
Run him out there and let's see if he can kick it.
No, you can't because he has to go out for a play. So you know what? They might as well just go for it now. They don't have their kicker anymore. Now the offense looks like they're huddled up over there. They'll come out and run a play. There's another reason you don't kick in a situation like that, I don't think. Risking getting your kicker
Yeah, I think
hurt.
they wanted it since it's a non-division game. They want to
Good
go out there and
practice.
see, see if their kicker can kick this type of field goal.
And they don't get hurt very often. That probably was an unfair comment by me. That rarely happens. 4th and 4 as they're going for it. Ramirez, play action, rolling left, in trouble. Caught. Wide open Hines, who evades a tackle, reaches for the end zone. He's got it. Nice move by Sammy Hines to get the W.T. White touchdown.
Well, he was wide open. I don't think anybody covered him, and it was just a nice little throw out there.
Watch the way he steps around the defender here.
Yeah, just nobody over there, just wide open. And
a bad angle here.
Yep, just take that one and take this one too. Take it into the end zone.
He's a big kid, Hines. So White now has pretty much wrapped this one up. They do bring that same kicker back who looked injured a moment ago. So that's good news for White as Crenshaw boots the extra point. He's had a bunch of those tonight. Let's take a break. 1:50 left. White's going to win it, leading South Garland 43-22 here on GRSTV.
They have something to cheer about. Come from Dallas, come over here to HBJ and sit over there in the sun the whole time. That first half was a beating to them.
Hey, they earned it.
And now their team's on top, so they have something to cheer about.
Yeah, that's the home field advantage on a hot night. You know, you get the shade early. This has been a high-scoring series. Again, the 4th straight year these two teams have played. They combined for an average of 82 points a game the last 3 years, and we've got 65 tonight. South Garland had won the last 2 meetings, early season meetings, in 18 and 17.
If they pooch kick this one, I say I'm taking it to the house, dude.
Yeah, I am not fair catching this puppy.
There's a minute and 50 seconds. We're down. I'm going.
Now, the negative is if they're close to you, it makes for an injury situation, but they haven't been close. Now this one's higher and uncatchable.
Yeah, you don't do that. He
tried
though.
to do
He
it
tried.
What a dangerous attempt that was. They're lucky they didn't turn it over.
He's like, who cares? You lose by 20 or you lose by 30. What does it matter?
You know what? I like the effort. Even if he did lose it, and he did not, South will have it at their 34.
He really had to get that ball because it wasn't going out of bounds. And if W.T. White gets it, they can take it to the house. So, I mean, you see the replay here. He has to actually come get that ball. Watch it. It kind of stays in bounds. He's got to get it. There's nobody else was going to get it.
And the house has seen some action tonight. We've had a pick 6, some long passes, interception, pick 6, as I said. Here come the Colonels. Let's see if that Duncan is still in there at quarterback. Looks like the same starting lineup with a minute 50 left. South is out of timeouts and down by 21 points. Short pass is incomplete. It was in the turf intended for Gilmore. Good to see Gilmore coming back from injury. So now it's just how close can you make the final margin if you're South Garland. They're going to fall to 0-2, but again, they lost 41-0 last week. They've got to feel better about themselves this week.
They felt good that first quarter and all the way into the second. But boy, right about 7-minute mark that second quarter, the turnover started happening, and they just never got it back.
Tommaso can certainly say we improved from 1 week to the second week. Usually your most improvement is from week 1 to week 2 as Duncan has dropped for a loss. Tried to get loose but could not. Back at the 30, and it'll be 3rd and 14. And they cannot stop the clock. We're under a minute and a half. He had time to throw, good coverage, and then he was dropped from behind. WT White's going to start the year 2-0. They only had 2 wins all last year, Bobby, and they only had 1 or 0 the year before. That White's been struggling just like South Garland the last few years.
Yeah, White's a 5A high school as well, and so
6A, I think.
Are they 6A?
Yeah, they've always been a large GISD.
Okay.
They're in District 8.
Get rid of it.
Other right next to Garland's district. This ball is turned over and another touchdown, and I don't see any penalty markers. That one's going to count. And the play was made by Jordan Ramirez.
I guess he was just trying to extend the play, trying to make something happen, and they just kind of took it from him.
Who would have known this was a 22-0 South Garland lead early? That is 49 consecutive points by WT White.
Where did that ball come from? I see the replay here, and it just jumped out. It went right into his hands. I wasn't sure how that happened. Hopefully we'll get to see it again. I couldn't even tell.
Another point after coming for Crenshaw, and another good one. He has had, let's see, 7 extra points tonight. The clock is running. They forgot to stop the clock, Bobby. I'm not sure that's a bad thing, but you notice how the clock is at 2:10. It should have stopped about 30 seconds ago. Let's see if they're going to put time back on or just say, hey, they're just going to say we've had a good night and let it run out. So that'll do it. Interesting. They just let the final 30 seconds or so run off the clock during the extra point. Well, it's been a good opener, Bobby. You got any final thoughts?
Hey, good luck to you guys on South Garland and WT White. It's going to be a good season. Enjoyed it.
Yeah, White is 2-0 for the first time in a long time. South Garland falls to 0-2, but they improved quite a bit over last week. For Bobby George, I'm Scott Powell from Homer B. Johnson Stadium in Garland. Until next week when we'll have 2 more games for you here on GRSTV. So long, everybody.